Carlos Contreras Legaspi for ESPN with Forrest Griffin, who's in charge of the PI in Mexico. I know you've been doing a lot of...
Not quite, but I'll take it. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work on it.
And a lot of more people, but I know you've been doing a lot of trips to Mexico City. So how is it going? I mean,
it's going
last
well.
quarter, right? Last quarter is the plan.
We're still targeting, Q4 of this year opening. I'm excited. Like I said, there's going to be an academy with 20 athletes in, which is pretty cool. We get to bring these athletes in, give them food, housing. For a lot of them, it'll be the first time that they ever really got to focus on just martial arts training, and their job will be just to be better at fighting, right? So they won't have to work side jobs to support themselves. They'll be able to recover, and we'll help them with the science aspect of it. And even if you think about it, if we take 20 or so of the best from around the country and put them together, iron will sharpen iron, and they will get better. It's an exciting project. You get more excited.
Yeah, well, I was excited when I saw you. When people were recognizing you at the Lucha Libre.
It's very cool. But they were Americans.
Yeah.
You can't win them all.
But you're going to be recognized a lot with...
I will be recognized there because I'll hang out with Brandon Moreno and Daniel Zellhuber. I'll bring them everywhere I go. So.
And probably for the MMA community, because I guess you're getting a lot of calls from coaches.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, I need
managers.
I need coaches and managers and promotions to send me their athletes to put in the academy, so we can get them in Dana White's Contender Series of the UFC.
I saw a lot of position posted on Instagram. But tell me a little about the structure, because I understand there's one part of the academy that's in care of the strength and conditioning.
Yes, that's a great question. Yeah, so it'll be kind of MMA led, so MMA focused, right? Because the majority of your time is going to be related to MMA. But then we will have the sports scientists and the strength and conditioning professionals and the physical therapy, sports medicine. We'll have all those other people dial in everything around that training. And it really is a great system. We've done it in Shanghai. We've learned a ton, and we're going to transfer a lot of that knowledge to Mexico. And then, of course, we will hire predominantly Mexican or Mexican-American coaches because they'll understand the culture, those training habits, the way those athletes think. And, I'm really excited for the project. And, it's a good opportunity. So if you're interested in coaching, reach out to me.
Yeah. I'm not a coach, but I'm going to be following. A lot of what's going to happen there. How many kids, how many athletes are per generation? I don't know, per class. How much time are you?
That's a great question. So the first class will be about 20.
Okay. Coming all from Mexico or Latin America?
All over Latin America, yeah. Another good question, yeah. Predominantly from Mexico, but Latin America as well.
And I'm guessing the plan is to have them train there for 6 months, a year, and then test them in local shows.
Yes, so they will fight in local shows. That's great. You know what you're doing here. Yeah. You can help. So they'll fight in local shows, and we'll actually bonus them financially so they can afford to just train, because the money at that local market isn't huge. So we'll give them a bonus, and that also is going to draw the best talent, because hey, do you want to train with the best in the world? Do you want to get free meals, free housing? Do you want to get all this stuff, free supplements? And then you fight up to 4 times a year, and the UFC will bonus you until they can get you either, hey, some athletes won't make it, and they'll kind of get released, and some will make it to the UFC or Contender or any other UFC-related fight organization. It's going to be awesome.
Now that we've seen.
And there's 3 or 4 Mexican, Latin American promotions on Fight Pass, so we'll be able to use those to really test and see how good our talent is.
And you're going to try to use them.
For sure.
Like UWC, Lux,
Budacento, Lux,
So let me know, how big is the pressure now that the pressure now that we've seen the success of the first development program 10 years ago? We had a champion in Brandon. We have a interim champion in Jair. Cheeto is a big star. He's close to the title fight. So how much is the pressure that you guys feel to give results?
Well, look, hey,
the talent is there.
It took 4 years for those guys to establish themselves in the UFC and become stars. And now we're talking, it's been 10 years. So it was you give me 4 years, no problem.
Yeah.
So it was 4 years.
Another batch of champions.
Yeah, for sure.
And definitely Forrest. I mean, we've seen the talent is there, and then there's the MMA community is growing a lot in lots of countries in Latin America. Peru is huge
Peru,
now.
yeah, I was just talking to somebody from Peru today.
Argentina also.
I believe it's FFC and Inca, the organizations down there, right?
Yeah. And Inca's from, both of them have fighters now in the UFC.
Yeah.
I think they're coaches. So how oriented is this to Mexico? Because a lot of people from Latin America keep asking why only Mexico? Why is it built in Mexico?
Look, Mexico is the largest, most populous country in South America, I know Mexico is technically in North America. I know that, but it's the largest country in the region. It is, Mexico City is the largest city. It's got the biggest economy. It's actually the easiest to get people in and out from the United States. So if they were come to the States, just as far as visas and whatnot, Mexico is also relatively easy for other athletes, for other regions to get into. So from other Latin American countries to come to.
So Dana told me today that he's planning to attend to the opening.
Yeah.
So is there something big planned, or are you waiting?
Oh, yeah. I would assume similar to what we did in Shanghai. We want to blow it out. We want to see if we can attract some of the Mexican champions down there, some local athletes, some talent, some local politicians. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big, expensive. It's a big move that says a lot about what the UFC is trying to do in Latin America.
How much the fact that it's going to be the Performance Institute in Mexico City could help to be more constant, like to have events every year? I mean, because right now it seems like it's really expensive to make a camp there in Mexico City. You have to find a gym. So
and honestly, too, it's difficult to go to Mexico City and fight if you're not training there, because the elevation is, unless maybe you train in Denver or something. But I know it's higher in Mexico City, right? So
1,000 feet higher.
Yeah. It can be difficult, right? So hopefully this will get more shows, not just Mexico City, but in the region.
Well, Forrest, thanks a lot for your time. I think we'll see you a lot more in Mexico.
I hope so, my friend.
We're hoping to see this opening later in the year.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.